The Salem Spartans are making their return trip to the state Final Four in as many years. DeWayne Harrell, the head coach of the Salem Spartans, joined me to talk about his team from A to Z. We also talk about some other teams in the tournament and more. It's the head coach of the Salem Spartans, DeWayne Harrell, on the Sports Buffet podcast. DeWayne Harrell and the Salem Spartans getting ready to hit Richmond for a Wednesday morning game, 10:30 a.m. when they meet Cortland. Coach, let's first off start with the time. 10:30 a.m. games don't happen every day in the River Edge District. Talk about the unusualness of the time and how do you think that could affect your girls?
Well, hopefully they can look at it being a Saturday morning practice. Both teams are doing the same thing, but hopefully it affects both the same way, the good or bad.
How do you feel the Siegel Center helped you guys out last year, even though it wasn't the results you wanted, but just the overall experience helped out the people that are back for you all?
Yeah, I think that makes a big difference of us being there last year and losing on a pretty good note there. It makes the kids a little more hungry for this year, I think.
In terms of, obviously the Siegel Center is different in terms of it's so open. The depth perception issue, I would think, can get to people a whole lot. Talk about, just the depth of the gym and the enormous of the gym of how you think your girls will respond to that this year.
Yeah, that kind of threw us off a little bit last year. And so this year we were able to we practice a few days at Roanoke College, which is close to our school, as well as in the Civic Center, which is close as well. We weren't playing this year, so we could practice there. So that helped a little bit with the shooting, but I think when it gets down to it, the kids got to make shots and get over their nervousness and play basketball.
Talk about a little bit here about recent events. Region 4 runner-up, a loss to Carroll County in the region final, but then you get Broadway in the state quarterfinal. Kind of recap those two games and talk about the Carroll County game first, then the victory against Broadway.
Yeah, they're both hostile environments, but good basketball environments in terms of the fans support that both teams have. We were limited with our fans, and Carroll County had quite a bit, and the same thing at Broadway. I think the Carroll County game kind of flipped us up a little bit. We had won 12 or 13 games straight, and it hurt to lose, but at the same time it wasn't a bad thing to lose. It kind of gets prepared for Broadway, I think, a little better.
Let's talk a little bit about the team as a whole. I will go down the list and mention a player. If I mispronounce their name or anything, please correct me. And you just tell me kind of what they bring to the team and your impressions of them. And we'll start with a senior, number 10, Taylor Hudson.
Yeah, Taylor's been with the program for 3 years now, and she's one of a role player. She does a good job playing defense and getting there scrappy, getting a lot of rebounds, and she's very supportive with everybody in the basketball team.
Number 11, a senior, Amanda Dalton.
She's a person who played varsity her freshman year, but then she focused on softball for the last 2 years, and she finally come back to basketball again as a senior. And her time's been limited, but her personality and her what she brings to the game in terms of being a role player and a team player helps a lot with this program this year.
Number 12, a senior, Carly Garst.
Carly's a 4-year varsity player. She started 3 years, and she has really helped change the program. She's had a winning season every single since she's been here in high school. So, good rebounder and good scorer for us.
It's funny, I remember last year after talking to you guys when you beat EC Glass, I just assumed with the name Garst that she had some relation to the coach, but you said she did not. But to me, she displays a great basketball IQ. Talk about, the basketball IQ of Carly on the floor.
Well, I think she's been playing AAU for probably since she was 5th grade, 4th grade. And like I said, in fact, she's been playing for 4 years on varsity. And they go to a classroom academics. She's a very bright individual. All A's. But she doesn't have a high IQ basketball. You have to sit out with the inbound the basketball, bring the ball forward, and play a smart defense and get a lot of rebounds for us. She knows when to shoot and when to drive when it's necessary.
Number 14, a junior guard, Alex Gervais.
Yeah, Gervais. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And she played varsity a little bit last year. She got moved up from JV. We had a lot of kids moved up from JV. Middle school to 8th JV, but she played varsity last year. Her top nine plays she's limited also, but she brings my energy when she comes in on defense as well as she's kind of puffed up when she's on the bench player and cheering for him.
Number 20, junior guard, Kirsten Kessler.
And Kessler's the same way. She got moved up from the varsity last year, and she's been very supportive, and she understands her role as a team, and she's a good leader in terms of getting the kids motivated to play basketball.
Number 22, sophomore guard, Maddie Price.
Maddie was but moved up as a freshman on varsity. So she's a 2-year starter, really, because we had an injury last year to one of the players. And she's a great shooter. Don't let her soft get in the way. She does a good job attacking the basket when she can and making things happen on defense, as well as assisting rebounding as well. In fact, being so small, she gets a lot of rebounds.
What's one thing where you've seen Maddie's growth most from a freshman to a sophomore?
I probably think it's more of her drop to the basket. She didn't drop as much last year. She's more of a spot-up shooter for us, but I see her attacking the basket a little bit more, especially on a fast foot. She'll attack the basket and try to get that foul, get to the free throw line. She's an excellent free throw shooter, so that helps a lot when she's dropping in and getting fouled.
Number 24, Kim
Migler-Reese,
go ahead.
Yeah, and she's the one that she started last year for us, but she tore ACL. I think game 5 or game 6 last year, and she didn't play at all. And she's come out this year very strong. You wouldn't even know she had an injury. She struggled a little bit early part of the season, kind of get herself to feel the game, but now she's doing a good job on defense for us, as well as scrapping into rebounds.
Number 30, junior guard Tay Taylor.
She's an excellent player. She kind of makes us go. She's one that everyone focuses on, and when that happens, she's able to disperse the ball and create her own shot when necessary. But she's helps us a whole lot. She's a 3-year starter. She has numerous scholarship offers right now at Division I level. And I think, as long as she's playing well and team the floor well, our team plays well.
Number 32, Tessa Foley.
She's come along the last probably 4 or 5 games, probably averaging 12, 13 points a game. And she's going to attack the basket more. She's getting more rebounds. She's even shooting jump shots, and I'm glad she's doing to kind of expand her game a little bit for us.
Go ahead. Sorry, go ahead.
That's just 2-year starter.
Number 40, a freshman, Beth Plimpton.
Yeah, she was we were playing today this year, but I decided to move her up. I thought you had some 50% chance of playing time, so I moved her up to varsity, and she's having a whole lot. Relieve Tessa when Tessa needs a break or gets in foul trouble.
And another freshman, number 44, Megan Migler-Reese.
Yes, and she was brought up after the season, and she's more of a 2-guard, 3-guard slasher player who can kind of score, and hopefully she can use this time she's getting now to kind of have experience next year playing for us.
And number 50, a sophomore, Shannon Deshaw.
Yes, and she got moved off in the season, and she's a great defensive player. She's a pretty good soccer player, so her feet are quick, and she's very active in the basketball, which helps a lot. We're trying to make a change of tempo in the game.
When you talk about some of these kids that could make more of an impact next year, how important, though, is it that this year they really push you guys in practice to get you the best you can be for whatever game it might be?
Yeah, practice it's hard to get this game-like situation because most of the young kids look up to the older kids. So they don't sometimes go as hard as they need to or we want them to. But the fact they're out there and they're competing as much as they can, and it helps us out a lot for preparing for each game.
When I look at the schedule outside the River Ridge District, a couple teams pop out to me that are pretty tough. Floyd and obviously Millbrook. Talk about the rationale, first off, in scheduling Millbrook, who I'm sure a lot of people aren't just biting at the chomp to play.
Well, I coached against the Floyd coaches for 5 years over at Shawsville, so I was familiar with them, and we talked about playing some games a couple years ago. And we played a couple times in the summer game. We did 5 summer camps and stuff, and it's a good challenge. You never see that kind of play they do, but it's a good way to get you on learn some things from it as well. So that's a good challenge. And Millbrook, they kind of got in the same tournament we got in at William Fleming, and I think they both kind of played the tournament to see each other out, so each other out a little bit. And so the loss didn't hurt us or anything. It kind of made us a little more, back to earth and not who we think we are.
Right.
Play a little harder next time we see it, maybe.
When you have a loss to a team like Millbrook, who obviously is very good, but the margin is a little bit large too, is it a case where you have to, kind of get your girls back into a positive thing of mind, or do they kind of, see that, hey, we just had a bad day, Millbrook's really, really good, that type of thing,
right.
Or can that loss really be devastating at the same time?
Well, during that game we lost, and we had played 2 AAA teams back-to-back that night as a 3rd game in a row, and we had one of our starters.
Mm-hmm.
And I pulled Tay and Carly probably 3rd period, because I saw the game was out of hand, and the score was large. It was not large. It should have been a good, I think.
Give me the mindset of your team coming into practice day one this year after the success of last season.
Very focused. The focus played us first, and I was surprised how focused they were. They did a good job staying on the thing, doing the drills, doing the conditioning, without complaining, just doing it, and wanting to get better and improve to reach the point they are right now.
You're going to see Cortland in that first game. What do you know about Cortland? What stands out to you?
I heard they play man-to-man full court and little flex offense, and I told them, we have to make shots with our team. We got to make some defensive stops as well. So, what they do shouldn't dictate us. We should go ahead and dictate the game ourselves.
What type of team do you feel like guys can match up with the best, or are you kind of, in football they use the term multiple, to where you can run a lot of multiple things to where there's really maybe not I don't want to say a bad matchup, but,
right.
You guys can handle a lot.
Yeah, I try to, I have a lot of defenses we do, and I try to adjust according to the team, and we're playing against, and I don't have any set things I call or do until actually game time. So it works, and sometimes it doesn't work. But the kids, because they respond well to change during the game, free throw or out of bounds or timeout, whatever, so we kind of just base it on that.
What would you, go ahead, I'm sorry.
How flow the game's going.
What would you say would define success at the end of the season in terms of everybody could look back and feel good about what all you've accomplished this season?
Well, just the record itself. It's 21-6 right now, and we're one of 4 teams still alive. I mean, that's in the second year in a row. And you can't measure success in terms of 1 game or 2 games. It depends on a long string of games, a long string of what you've been doing, the effort you've been putting into it. There's always room to improve, but I feel we're successful right now. Of course, you'll win the next couple of games, but everybody won winners. Everybody can't win. So.
Coach, best of luck this weekend. Hopefully you're at Salem for more than 1 game, and we will talk to you down the road.
Okay, thanks a lot.